Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Katie Jenkins. I am a stay-at-home homeschool mama because of direct sales. I know that's one of those topics that people either love or they hate, but I'm telling you, you can do it without being salesy, you can do it without being spammy, and you can make a really good impact, a really big impact on yourself and in your family's life. I am proof. I am proof. So I love the industry that I'm a part of. I love what I do. I love connecting with others. And today I'm going to do a tutorial of a fall look. So I found 2 fall looks on Pinterest last night and I asked my network which one they wanted. And I got half and half. So I'm going to do one of them now, and then sometime within the next week I'll do the other one. So that's what we're going to do today. This is more of like a little bit more of a natural fall look, but still adds a little bit extra. So I'm super excited to show you. What I was just applying to my face is a camera ready primer. This primer is a silicone base and it's going to give your skin a blurring effect. So it's going to allow your makeup to not sink into any fine lines or pores. It's not going to clog your pores. It's not going to do anything like that, but it makes your skin feel so silky smooth. It's awesome. I highly recommend this. And it's almost so another way that you can think of a primer for your face is when you're painting, right? If you go to like paint an area of your home, you use a primer first. Why do you use a primer first? Because it helps your paint, it helps the longevity, it helps it lay better, it helps the appearance of it. You can normally use a little less paint, right? When you have a primer on, because it's smoother and it smooths everything out. It spreads easier. It's the same thing, same concept at least. And now I'm gonna go in with my Camera Ready foundation. This is our VFX Pro Camera Ready foundation. Oh, you know what? Is this the one that I wanted? I think so. Yeah, okay. I got nervous. I had a foundation out last night for one of my teammates, trying to color match her, and I was worried that I was still using that one, and that one was my winter shade. And I don't want that right now. Thankfully, living in Florida, I can hold on to my summer tan a little bit longer. So this foundation, because it is in the VFX Pro line, it's still going to give you that blurring effect. This is a vegan foundation. It's oil-free, gluten-free, heavy metal-free, all of that good stuff. It's pretty good for all skin types. But this is by far, the coverage is absolutely incredible. And you can apply it a few different ways. My favorite, I kind of go back and forth. I go between a sponge and a kabuki brush. A kabuki brush I found is really nice if you have more textured skin. I personally love using my sponge, and it's bigger because I dampen it, because it's going to give you more of a sheer coverage. And then you can see I spend a lot of time dabbing my sponge around, especially right through this area. This is my prominent area where my pores tend to show more, and I like to just have that more skin-like finish. And I go over my ears a little, and then I do pull it down my neck just so there's no harsh line. And this is a foundation, like I said, it's good for all ages, all skin types, and I can color match you. I've been virtually color matching customers for 5 years. It's something that I take, you know, I take pride in. This is my job. I want you to be happy with what you've got, and I want it to match you. What's the point of you ordering something on your own, guessing the shade, and it not working? And if you're anything like me, I'm horrible at returning stuff, or just even exchanging. Even if I just want to exchange it, I'm horrible at doing that whole process. I'll just let it sit, and then you've wasted money, you know? And I don't want that. I don't want that for you. So spend just a little time blending that out, just like that, until I think that it looks good. And I'll sit my sponge to the side because I'm still going to need it. I'm going to use it again for my concealer. So this is a plumping concealer. You can think of it as an anti-aging concealer. Like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so you will hear voices frequently. Go get Bubby, please. This is a plumping concealer, so it's made to plump up any area of skin that you place this, which who doesn't want their under eyes to be plumped? And if you want to take that a step farther, I would recommend an eye cream with hyaluronic acid in it, because hyaluronic acid is made to plump up your skin too. It's made to lock in extra water molecules and plump you exactly how you want to be plumped. And I've got one I can recommend too. Okay. So this is the plumping concealer. This is shade 1. And I just take the tip of my beauty sponge and just dab it out. Nothing crazy. And you're really going to dab it until you have the consistency that you want, or the shade that you want. So the more that you blend it, the lighter it's going to be. The less you blend it, the more prominent it's going to be. So as you can see, that is way more, it's brighter. It's a little more plump. So you just go in light-handed. You don't have to, you know, use a heavy hand with any of your makeup, especially around your eye area. That's so pretty. I don't know if I've done a YouTube video since I've been back in my office. Hold on, I have a hair. Something in there. My office area has been out of order for a little bit. We were waiting to get our AC fixed in this area. Thankfully, we do have 2 separate units, so the main living space of our home was fine, but my office space was not. And again, thankfully, I've got like little, I can't really see, I've got a couple carts like this to where I can move my office around as needed, but it's just nice to be back in my space. I love it. So I'm gonna go in with a contour stick. This is extremely creamy. And I know when I first heard of a contour stick, it kind of scared me. I was like, I'm not using it. But naturally I did, because I like being able to use a variety of products just to try them, so I can give people my honest opinion on them. If it's not a product I don't like, I will not use it. Simple as that. And I rub this really anywhere that I would want to contour. And it gives you a really natural finish. This side needs to be a little bit thicker. Okay, so it comes in a cute little stick like this. And now what I'm gonna use is my kabuki brush. It's just a pharmacy brush as well, just a flat top brush like this. And for the sides, I'm gonna kind of dab this up. Circle a little, but mainly dabbing. Just like that. So this is just adding a little bit more warmth and dimension back into your face now that we've covered everything up with our amazing foundation coverage. Look at that. How easy that blends out. So we're just lifting our face, giving it some dimension. Blend this out. And you don't want to forget to blend your neck out. And normally I do like to go in with a little bit of a bronzer over top of my contour stick, so I'm still gonna do that. We're gonna keep that the same for this look. And I have a live video scheduled with one of my new teammates tonight, so I picked, since both of these looks had about half and half of the same results for answers of what people wanted to see, I wanted to do one that I felt a little more comfortable in, since I'm gonna be the main one talking. I'm sure you guys can relate to that. So I'm gonna take a brush and I'm going to use the bronzer from this 3-in-1 palette. Yes, baby girl. Okay, go ask Bubby if you can have some of that, okay? And I'm just adding a little. This isn't a step that you need to do, because as you can see, the contour stick does give you enough, but I started changing my makeup up this year, the beginning of this year, because I learned how to do my makeup really 5 years ago. And I'd always, you know, kind of played it safe and kept everything super natural and just super soft. And while I still love super soft and natural makeup, You know, even my glam makeup doesn't really feel like glam to some people that I follow, but I just wanted to do something different. I just wanted to play in makeup. Since being a stay-at-home mom, I have really, really learned to just love makeup. It's just kind of become my outlet. Okay, so what I'm going to use next, I'm going to put on a blush, and I'm going to use a blush called Rose Jam. I think this is a really pretty fall color. And I feel like the picture that I have of this girl from Pinterest, you can't really see, you don't see a whole lot of her, her face makeup, you know, like her base face. You don't really see much of her contour. You mainly see her eyes pop out, her lips pop out, and her highlight. So that's what I'm really gonna concentrate on the most. Okay, pretty, pretty. Okay, now what we're gonna do is do an eyeshadow primer. So I use a Pro to Fit eyeshadow primer. It's a color corrector, and it's also going to it's going to intensify the pigment of your shadow, but it's also going to keep your shadows and your eyeliners in place all day long. And if you're someone that has oily eyelids, you already know that that alone is a struggle. So this is going to help you tremendously. But this is a Pro to Fit eyeshadow primer. And look at how much that brightened my eye area. So much, right? I'm trying to make this tutorial more beginner friendly, but also still kind of trying to move along. So we're not on here for, I don't know, I feel like an hour. I definitely won't be an hour. And again, this is maybe a little bit longer because I'm actually recreating a makeup look. This isn't something that I chose to kind of, you know, it's not like a normal thing for me to do. But I just want to take my sponge and blend that out really good, get it pressed in there. Okay, now what we're gonna do, I use a lot of the eyeshadow brushes that I use come from Pharmacy. And they come in this really cute palette. Oh my gosh, those weren't in their right spaces. But there's 14 brushes and they all come in here. Clearly my favorites are the ones that are still laying out all over. That's okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm using two different palettes, but I'm gonna start with the Glam Up palette, which is like the perfect fall palette. Am I right? It's gorgeous. And you're getting 12 highly pigment shadows for $12, or I'm sorry, for $32. 12, I'm thinking of 12 because of because of how many colors you're getting. There's 8 matte shades and then 4 shimmers. So it's really like the perfect combo. At least I think so. I prefer more mattes than shimmers, but the shimmers in here are like just enough. I love it. It's a palette that, I mean, I think it's perfect for fall, but if you watch me at all, I wear this year round. Okay, so this is the shade Magnolia that I just put all over my lid. Try to just put it up against my brow as well. And I kind of use that as like an easy transition color, or a color that's just gonna set the concealer that I put on there, or the primer. Okay, I have her makeup pulled up because I want to be able to make sure that I'm kind of following it a little bit better. I'm gonna grab a Pharmacy brush and I'm gonna go in with this shade called Dusty Rose. Okay. This is probably gonna take me a few different tries to get all of this on here the way that I feel like she has it. But for the most part, Dusty Rose is just being placed on my eyelid, into the corner and over, just like that. And I'll attach this picture to my slideshow of video when I'm done, so you can kind of see what I'm doing with it. I want to take another brush and put some of this shadow. This is Buff, so we're going to go in with Buff now. And We're gonna put buff maybe just on the outer corner, but then bring it over into my, it might go a little right over top of Dusty Rose. Just, this is going to act as a transition color. So normally, because I have hooded eyes, normally these shades will go right above my natural crease. And maybe this one can just a little bit, but she's gonna be a good transition shade. So I've got Dusty Rose down and then a little bit of buff right over her, at least part of her. Okay, I should have pulled my hair back, but I hate having my hair back when my hair is wet, because then I feel like it doesn't lay as good as I want it to. Oh, not that brush. Get a little bit more buff, put that on there. Okay, the next color that I'm gonna use, I'm gonna go in with a bigger brush. So this is actually a concealer brush. So, and this is a clean brush, so I don't mind showing you. If you were gonna apply your concealer and then buff it out with this is perfect for that. When I do certain eyeshadows, I like to use this brush. So, I'm going to go in, this is the 3-in-1 palette. I already used this bronzer on my face, but I'm gonna use a little bit of this bronzer on this fluffy brush. And I'm gonna focus mainly on the outer corner at first, and then move that in. That's gonna warm us up some more. Same thing on the other side. I need to do my brows too, but I got so excited to start this eyeshadow look. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I feel like I've got a good amount on there, is go in with some more Dusty Rose. Let me get that brush. So Dusty Rose was the one in my Glam Up palette that's like what it says, it's a Dusty Rose. Put some more of this on here just for a transition. But we're also lighting it up with just a little bit of that, you know, mauve. It's like a really light mauve shade. Okay. Let's see. Let me do my eyebrows because that's going to throw me off. Keeps making me think that things aren't as in place as what they could be or should be. So I'm using a brow mascara. Sometimes I wish that I knew how to like draw my brows a certain way or do something different, but I'm really not. I've never had anything trendy done to my brows. I've just never really wanted to, but then I always feel like, what's the longevity of having something like that? If I did something like, I don't even know. I know there's something called microblading. I don't even know if that's for your eyebrows. But like if you get something like that put on your brows, what's the longevity if you don't upkeep it? You know, when it becomes not trendy. I don't know. I think that people that have their brows done, some of them look really, really, really pretty. And that's when I always see them and I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that. But I don't know. So if you have any experience with that, any insight, I'm always interested to know and learn about something else. Okay, $13 brow mascara. Can't beat it. At least for me. Okay, I'm gonna clean this a little bit of brow mascara that, there we go. Okay, I can't tell, I kind of want, I'm gonna do something. I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out, but I'm gonna put a touch of a blush shade. This is the blush from the 3-in-1 palette that I grabbed that bronzer from, but I'm kind of keeping it more in the center. So it's not gonna take over the Dusty Rose, but it's just gonna add a little bit more color. And when you see this after picture, maybe you'll agree that that's what I needed to do. This is a really pretty blush too. I'll show you the palette again so you can see. Okay, I think that's okay. Isn't that blush so pretty? I like it. Okay, I think that's all that I need for, nope, not all I need yet. I like putting shadow on my bottom, and she actually has shadow on her bottom too. So for that, I'm gonna use the bronzer from this palette, because that's kind of, this bronzer is a warmer undertone. So it's not one that I use all the time. I prefer a bronzer that has a cooler undertone, like from the Peach Bite palette. But this is a warmer undertone. So to me, it kind of has like an orangish brown tint to it. I'll do that on both sides. And hers goes all the way under her eye. Normally I just use this little brush because I just keep mine on the, like, half of my eye. Half of my under eye, but it would probably be a lot nicer to have, let's see, what does this brush have on it? Okay. Okay. Okay, I like that. If I need to touch it up a little after I get a little bit farther, I will. And I'm gonna go in with an ink liner. And actually, it might look like she has a tiny thin line on top, but then something different as well. So I'm gonna use this super thin waterproof eyeliner. Just a thinner line. It almost looks like she has a black eyeliner in her waterline on the bottom. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not, to be honest, because I don't like dark colors in my waterline, because I feel like it closes my eyes up too much. So, oh my gosh, look at that. I don't know if I've ever messed up my eyeliner like that before. Do I have something to fix it? See, the eyeliner is like, it's still on there. And I am scrubbing it off of here. So if you're wondering if it's gonna stay put, it's gonna stay put. Dang it. Okay. Now let me get some eyeshadow back out. Try to cover all this back up. Hopefully I can just get away with using the Dusty Rose. Goodness, that is intense. right? What are we at, 25 minutes? Maybe this is gonna be a little longer than I thought. Okay, so let's try this again. I feel like a lot of YouTube creators do a lot of editing to their videos, so you get to edit out the bloopers, but I don't edit out my bloopers. I record and I post. I record and I post, that's what works for me. So, but that's also, I feel like, makes me, at least it makes me feel like I'm being a little more real. Not that they aren't, but you know what I mean. Let's see, what else am I looking for? I don't know if I even have a, let's see. I have a brown liner I might be able to put in my waterline because she definitely has something. Or maybe if I just put it like more so on my lash line. It might not be as bad. Okay, it's not quite as harsh. Okay, so this is actually an extra last eye pencil. It twirls up, and this is shade number 4. Number 4, I believe it's called metallic brown though. Okay, let's finish our eyes out. I'm gonna use false lashes because, like I said, her lashes are definitely very, like, a big part of this eye look. And before I put on falsies, I do like to put on some mascara because I feel like it keeps my natural lashes and my false lashes kind of more in sync together. And it doesn't have to be like a full-on, like, mascara coat application as if you weren't going to have lashes on. It can just be just enough to coat them. Okay. And I'll do the same thing over here. My bottom lashes I'll get to, but I'm going to use a different mascara for that. And I'll show you why, because you can see the wand that I'm using right now. So this is a really nice mascara. It's in the $14 range. It's a 3D effect. So I really do like it. But as you can see, the bristles on it are thicker. Like, it's just like your average size mascara wand, you know? Okay. So just a little bit of that now. So I'll show you. Just your average size, like nothing special, nothing too big, nothing too small. But I, on my bottom lashes, love to use, so this is the Double Lash Extend Mascara. I love using this. It's the lengthening tip. It's super thin. It's silicone. So the bristles I can get down here even easier. And I'll put some on, and then after I get my lashes on, I might do another layer because, like I said, her lashes are very extra, and I want to try to mimic that. But this lengthening mascara does a pretty good job. Okay, and then other side. The lashes I'm going to use are the same. Well, I guess I don't think I applied them while I was on a YouTube video, but they're actually from Amazon. And I really, really like them. All right. There's that. We'll leave this out for now too, just in case. And now let me grab my lashes. Make sure that these are, ooh. That one doesn't look so good. Hold on. I'll just grab a different pair. That's what happens when you have a toddler who just has like free range to everything, you know? No shame. So this is how I do my lashes. You can take them off of the wand. So I'll show you the container of this. These are, they're the Kiss brand. They're So Wispy. Kiss So Wispy. I think I paid like $7 on Amazon, and you get a handful of pairs. But whenever you look at your lashes, you know, you've got them kind of laid out. One of them is naturally going to have a shorter inner corner. I don't know if I can show you well enough on here, but you can see that this side right here is shorter than this end. So this side is what's going to go on your inner corner, okay? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I love this song. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a Pharmacy lash glue because I'm very impressed with this lash glue. It's very comparable to like that, what's it called? Duo Goop or something? I don't know. I'm gonna do this eye first. So I put my glue right on the end, or the little, I almost said the wand of my lashes. The area that's gonna lay on my eyes. That's what I put it on. And you can see it goes on iridescent. Oops. As it dries, it's gonna get more clear. Knock on wood, my kids are being so good right now. My son's on a school break, so. All right. I like to kind of get them lined up to where I think I'm gonna want them on my eyes. And then you're gonna go back and just kind of barely hold it in place. Like that one. Sometimes they just don't lay where you want them to. It took me a very, very long time to apply lashes, and honestly, you know, listen, you can get on YouTube, which is where we are right now. You can search for videos on tutorials to help you. Easy tutorials. You can go to TikTok, easy tutorials. You can do all the things, watch all the tutorials. But I'm telling you, nothing helps as much as just simply practicing. That's my own personal advice. But just like makeup, it just takes practice. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Now we will move to this side. I love when my curls start to dry and start to define more. That's why I don't like putting my hair up when it dries like this, because I'm never crazy about how my curls turn out. And just be patient with yourself when you're playing with lashes. Practice and be patient. Put them on, you know, if it's a Sunday and you just don't really have a whole lot going on, play with your lashes. You know, really anytime. If you just want to play with them before bed, you know, before you wash your face, take your makeup off at night, try to play with your lashes a little bit and see what happens. Trust in you, Jesus. Oh, how sweet it is. Trust in you, Jesus. And then I do like to just very gently go through and make sure that everything is stuck and in place. And then that is it. Once they're on, you can kind of move them up a little bit to make them look a little more volume and wispier. Okay, now we're gonna keep moving because I know that this is lengthy. Now we're gonna put on a highlighter. Okay, we're gonna have this a few different places, so. And it looks to me like, okay, I'm gonna put in some gold highlighter in here. Like she has a lot of highlighter, but I'm also gonna put in a pink. Darn it, I did not mean to put that right there. So maybe I'll just go back and forth between the pink. And you'll see she has a ton of highlighter in her inner corner. Okay, so we've got that. Find something to wipe this on. And we're going to have a highlighter, or let me do my lips real quick and we'll finish the rest of our highlight. So for lips, I'm going to use 227 lip liner. And just a thin layer of it, nothing crazy. Okay. This is one of my favorite lip liners. Okay, and then she has a glossy look, so we're gonna put lip gloss over top. But it's a nude gloss, which I love. I love nude glosses. I feel like that's pretty close. All right, we're gonna leave that there, and now we've got a little bit of shimmer. Oh, that was perfect. We've got shimmer there. Oh, it's like a lot for me. Okay. Let me go back and put a little bit more mascara on the bottom. I need to. Oh. She probably has a little bit of highlight through here. Ooh, that was a lot. I feel like any amount of highlight is a lot for me because I don't don't wear it like this. And let's see. I still feel like something could be off with my eyes. Let me try something. All right, you guys. That's it. And I'll do a picture. I'll put a picture in here in the slideshow so you can see the inspiration that I got this look from.